Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm so thrilled for day 3. Who's ready to go? Oh my goodness, today is going to be so amazing because we are deep diving into what really creates that breakthrough transformation in your business and for your clients. So it's good to see you guys jumping on. I'm just going to give the reminder. StreamYard requests that you give it permission so I know your name. If you do not want to do that, I'm good with that. Just make sure you put your name at the end of comments so I know who I'm talking to. And here's what I would love for you to start out with. Y'all, we've had 2 amazing days together. And if you've been with me for the past 2 days, then you have learned a lot. We're going to review everything that we've learned. But here's what I want to ask you. First of all, if today's your first day, welcome. The last 2 days trainings are pinned at the top of the group. So make sure that you watch them. They are like a layered cake. They work on each other. And so I really want to make sure you get the time. You're going to have all weekend. We'll take them down at the end of the week, but you'll have all weekend to watch, to go through, and to really up level your coaching business. I've been getting so many amazing DMs how just using what we taught yesterday, we had 2 different people message me saying they got a new client. What? Within a free 3-day event. So imagine when you deep dive how much more quickly you can go. And I'm going to start today asking this question. Go ahead, Jen, and put in, because everybody's asking me in my DMs, what's the link to get a call to be able to enroll in the certification? That is beacertifiedcoach.com. If you could pop that link in and pin it that way that everybody could just see it, it's there and we can hit the ground running. So good morning, Beth. Good morning, Lillian. Good morning, Jen. As you're popping in, make sure that I know you're here and you're ready to go by telling me, let's grow. Let's grow, because that's what you're here to do, right? We're here to grow a coaching business. We're here to not have a coaching hobby. We're here to actually create an impact and an influence in people's lives and help people transform. Remember, the yes that people say to your coaching is not for your coaching. They do not want coaching. They want transformation. Let's grow. I know. I always say, let's go, let's grow, because here's the thing. If you're not growing, if you're not doing the things that are going to create the results in a way that your brain will automate, then my friend, you will be going backwards. I'm so glad you're excited for today. Please, if you have not given StreamYard your name, please tell me who you are in your comment so that I know who I'm talking to, because this is for you. And I hope over the last 2 days, you've gotten a sense of that. This is my give to you. Why? Because I believe the world becomes a better place when each and every one of you step fully into your coaching. I believe the world becomes a better place when you know exactly who you're coaching, you know exactly what they need, and you know the tools, the neuro coach model tools, the mind matrix, the brain prime, STEBDAR, and you have mastery over those so that you can get transformations for your clients. I just want you to think for a minute as you are jumping in the room, what would the world be like if you stepped in, if everyone who's live here stepped in, everybody who's watching on the replays stepped into their full calling and helped people transform? Tell me how your world would change. And we got to talk to each other a lot. I call this Coach's Church because this is what we're doing today. I have so much to share. We're going to go really, really fast. I just want to acknowledge a couple clients, a couple people that are in our 3-day live event who, and tell me in the chat if you have, Jen, just so you know, I don't see the link in any of the chats. So please put beacertifiedcoach.com, or Barbara, if you don't mind popping it in there, that would be amazing. Because I want you to be able to needs to be at the Facebook and all of the live streams as well. I want to make sure you get on the calendar, because I know the calendar is filling up, and I want you to get an opportunity to not go slow. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Because at the end of the day, you could take 6 years and lone wolf it and go long and do it to take a long, long time. And tell me if you've been doing that as it's been so far. A little bit of lone wolfing. right? A little bit of trying to do everything yourselves, doing all the DIY courses, trying to get seen and heard, become a market leader. And it feels like it's going really, really slow. Jen, make sure you're letting people into the group. There's people waiting. Thank you. So lone wolf, right? Like we are taught that, by the way, that's not even your fault. We're taught to do it alone, bootstrap it, like put all the energy in, right? And how does that leave you in terms of speed? How does that leave you in terms of growing fast? How does that help you grow to where you need to go? So that's why I said let's grow, because we're going to talk through things today that are going to be a real game changer if you let them. So I am playing around with the look and feel today. You can still see me. You can still hear me. Say see you, hear you in the chat so we can dive deep and get ready to really see how to create a coaching business that really makes your life what it is that you want it to be and transforms others in the process. And here's my question to you. Why is that important to you? I want to hear in the chat. Why is it important to you that your coaching business grows? Why is it important to you? Oh, guys, see you. I want to see what you're saying. Because here's the thing. I can tell you why it's important to me, but those are my reasons. And I shared those with you. Why is it important to you that it doesn't take you to your dreams? Yeah, Beth is saying it's like having a big rock tied around your ankle, lone wolfing it, doing it alone. So what is it? Why is building this coaching business quickly so important? Elizabeth says people need what I have. So Elizabeth, I love that about your heart, because they're seeing you see that they're suffering without you stepping in fully. And I love that. Patty's saying to make a bigger impact now. Patty is one of our certified neuro coaches. Good to see you in the room. Judy's saying, I want impact. I want to make, I have a legacy to leave. Like there are things that when we're gone, we want that to continue. We want to see it in our children. We want to see it in our friends. We want to be able to be that change and that impact. Beth, another master certified neuro coach, says, I want to see people excel and not struggle needlessly. So do you see that heart to want to make a difference, that heart to really change the world for yourself and for others? So let's deep dive into it today. Of course, we're talking about the 3 keys to running your profitable coaching business that creates freedom for you. In the last 2 days, I'm just going to go through quickly. We really deep dived into unlocking this coach's 6-figure code, the thoughts, actions, and belief at each level, so you don't have to be in the guessing or the comparison or the not knowing anymore. This is the 6-figure code, and I call it the millionaire's code because it is literally what you do, how you go from action to habits, to market identity, to lead generation, to sales system, to team. How do you go from dabbling to part-time to full-time to all the way up to where you have massive time freedom, right? And we covered key number 2 yesterday as well, how to get 10 new coaching clients each and every month. And we taught you how to make more coaching offers. We taught you the coach launch formula, the very basics of it. Of course, we do a deep dive in the certification. Remember, the 2 things in the certification we're really doing, we're getting you confidence and competence and knowing you can coach 100% of the time. And we're getting you the path to building a coaching business, not a coaching hobby. So make sure you go to beacertifiedcoach.com and get on a call and get your business moving fast. Because here's the thing, you can lone wolf it. You can enroll in the broken method of hard work will equal my success. And here's the thing that you intuitively knew, that if that was the right model or method to get you where you wanted to be, you'd already be there. You wouldn't be even doing this call right now. So it's really about speed. It's really about seeing the blind spots that you have and overcoming them fast, and seeing the growth blind spots that you have and overcoming them very fast. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So we talked about make more coaching offers. It's really in this how do I grow phase. How do I get to those 10 coaching clients each and every month. And we talked through the Coach Launch Formula, Coach Launch Formula 1, pick your platform, go live. The second part, serve with their pain and their desired future outcome. And step 3, offering an opportunity to go deeper with a code word or dropping your link so people have an opportunity to get on a free coaching call with you. And in that process, you enroll them to their best yes in your programs. Of course, we deep dive into what do you say, how do you say it, how do you sell like a coach, not like a marketer? Because I'm telling you, marketers sell items, coaches sell transformation. So we dove deep into that yesterday, right? We talked about the challenges that you run into, like, what do I do once we have them on the call? Like, how do I get them to their yes? That we deep dive into in the certification. So definitely go to beacertifiedcoach.com. And here's what I know. There's questions that you have, and I want you guys to watch this. Tell me in the chat. I saw a lot of you jump on and get a call booked. So if you booked a call, I want you to say booked or B in the chat. If you booked a call already, I want you to see B in the chat. If you're live with me and you didn't book a call because you're thinking about it, you're processing it, and you have questions and you're wondering if it's right for you and you're wanting to hear more and get more information to make a decision and you're processing, I want you to write a P or process in the chat. I want you to write a P or a process in the chat. So I see that Judy booked. Judy is a fast start. Judy's like, I know this is going to work. This is what I've needed. I've been looking for it. Let's move. Judy and myself, I am a fast start too. I usually ask for people for links like super early. I'm like, I know this is right. Give me the link. But look at all those P's flying in. So I want you to notice this because this is going to be true of your clients. Most people, and if you put a P, put your name there too, so I know who I'm looking at there. Most people, 90% of people, Judy, myself, I know Barbara's a fast start. The fast starts are not the majority. Fast starts are already a majority. Or not a majority, excuse me, I'm like, not a majority. Processing is the part that people are going through. So are you coming back to them? Are you circling back? So we'll dive deeper in that in the certification, but knowing how to coach and how to meet them in the processing, super important. So we talked about 3 things in the model, the transformational model, how to create a brain-based transformation, not a surface level shift. We taught how to use the system that the brain has to remove blocks that are getting in your way, the foot on the brake, right? And then secret number 3 on how to coach is we talked through building an automatic success pathway, flipping that success switch on. I see you, Mel. Awesome. Fast start, Mel. I love that. We talked about STEBDAR and how this is how the brain creates any result, any transformation. And it's also how the brain creates anything that keeps us stuck. So we talked also about tool number 2 in the NeuroCoach model, which is the mind matrix. I actually met with our current certification clients and did a deep dive this morning on how do we do the mind matrix inside our coaching programs. And that's there available for you in the certification. But this mind matrix is how you remove anything from yourself or from your clients that is blocking you. Now, why am I going to camp here for a second? Do you think you're going to be able to go forward and fast if you have your foot on the brake? Do you think you'll be able to go forward fast if you have your foot on the brake? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. And Lillian, I want you to jump on a call with Barbara because I believe your time is January. So if your foot's on the brake, that there's a block and you don't remove it, will you be able to go fast? You'll go in circles. Elizabeth says you're going to go in circles. What else? Hey guys, jump in because this is for you. You go in circles. You won't go fast. Okay, now I see you flying in. Making sure like you will keep spinning. You won't go fast, right? It will go in circles. For yourself, we're going to deep dive into a few of those today. and for your clients. So that was secret number 2. Secret number 3 is there's actually a way to hack this system and build a pathway toward the business, toward the relationship, toward the health, toward the results that you want, called brain priming. Brain priming builds automatic success pathways as a part of the model that we talked about yesterday. And today, we're really deep diving on number 3. How do you go to scale? How do you go from 1 client to 6 figures? How do you unlock that? So I want you to write unlock if this is something you want to learn today. I'm going to teach you the blocks that stop you from going from 1 to 6 figures. And I'm going to talk to you about the process to go from 1 to 6 figures, 7 figures, and beyond, and beyond. But I want to make sure you want to unlock this, because this is what we're spending time of today. We're spending time here today. We're spending time here today. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. I think you're going to walk away from today completely different than you've ever been before. Because here's the thing. I want you to scale from 0 or your first client to 6, 7, and even 8 figures without losing years trying, working hard so much that you burn out, or huge exhausting launches, or expensive ads. Say no way if you're like, I don't want to lose years. I don't want this to take 10 years. I want to leave my job in the next 3 months. I want to see this thing take off. I want to say like, yeah, no way. I want to see this thing take off. I want you to throw like your biggest takeoff emoji, like what it's going to feel like. Throw an emoji my way of what it's going to feel like when you scale without losing tons of years, without burning out, without huge exhausting launches with huge staff. I see those big smiley eyes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, look at the fire emojis flying in. I love it so much. Awesome. Okay. So that's what we're diving in today. We're going to start out really by looking at this, I call it the millionaire map. We got to get you to 6 figures before we go forward from there. But it's really taking your time from dabbling to part-time to full-time, to where you're delegating time, to where you're released in your time. Who has a high desire, say time in the chat, of having freedom with your time? Who is that a high priority for us? Put time in the chat. Put time in the chat. You're going to go from action to habits, to having a market identity, to generating massive numbers of leads, to a complete sales system, to building a team that leads that sales system. We're going to take the question from who do I want to serve, to can I do this, to how do I grow, to how do I sustain growth, to how does the team generate growth, to my team can scale this. And we really take the beliefs from I want to I can, to I will, to I must, to we will, to we must. We go from the identity of a dabbler, a side hustler, or even a manager, to a builder and a leader and an entrepreneur. This is the path and the journey that you're on. And yesterday we talked about getting to that 10 coaching clients means I'm full-time. Means that I really need a market identity. And the question I'm asking myself at this place is, how do I grow? How do I grow? How do I keep growing, right? The thinking we have getting to the 6-figure mark is, I can help people, but I feel like I need to do it all. Like I've got 100 hats. Put hats if you feel like you've got 100 hats going all the time, and you feel like almost split personalities because you're an accountant and you're a marketing and you're the customer service and you're like all the hats, right? All the hats. I see everybody's like hats. And we want to show you how that gets to move. The actions you're taking getting to 6 figures is you're starting to plan ahead. You're not flying by the seat of your pants anymore, and you're executing. You're executing. You shifted to an I will from an I want to an I will, which is a great place to be. That's identity. It's authenticity. It's alignment with your vision. And really the key here is converting leads consistently. And we talked in depth about how to convert them. But I want to talk to you about, like, how do we go from there to 7-figure freedom? Put 7-figure if that's what you're shooting for. Yes, you want to get to 6. You might not be there yet, and that's okay. You might be just starting. But who here in the room wants to go to 7? Like, I want to go to 6, and then I want to go to 7. Put the number 7 in there, or 7-figure. I see you, Mel. Put 7 in if that's like, yes, and I want to get to 6, but boy, do I want to get to 7. Like I'm, oh, look at all of you with the hats. Okay, Lillian wants to get to 7. She's going to get to 6 and then to 7. Patty wants to get to 7. Olga wants to get to 7. Mel wants to get to 7. Okay, so a lot of you, or Judy's wanting to get to 7. This is what I love being in a room with you, because you see vision. So I don't care if you're just getting started or you've been at it for a couple years and it hasn't gone as well as you thought. The key, and I want you to recognize this in yourself, the key is you already want to get to that mountaintop. And so let's talk about what's going on there, because remember, if you understand what it takes to be there, you can create those habits and those actions and the state of being to draw it to you. Let me say that again. Remember, your brain doesn't need to see it. You're going to want to write this down. This is a key subconscious component. Your brain does not need to see it in your current reality in order to believe it. But your brain does need to believe it. Automation, subconscious automation needs to believe it. The identity at that level that comes forward because your brain believes it in order for you to see it. Who just had a massive aha, right? Aha in the chat. That might have been the one thing keeping you stuck. Like you're expecting to using an old broken method. I will believe it when I see it. That's something that was taught to you. But here's what I got to tell you. That is in direct opposition to how your brain works. Your brain needs to believe it so that you will see it. And that's what we're talking about here. So what does it look like at 7 figures? This is why this Coach's Millionaire Code is so important. Well, first of all, your time goes from you being full-time, all the hats, everything, to you delegating time. The biggest need at 7 figures is a sales system, the machine, I put one effort out and it produces multiple things, right? This is how we deep dive in the certification and the entrepreneur track that gets released to you. That's why it's so important that you don't lone wolf this as a coach, because there's too many potholes, too many detours, too many thoughts that will stop you dead in your tracks and stall you out. And here's what I don't want. I don't want you to stall out. I don't want you to get traction and then stop dead in your tracks. Can I get an amen on that? Can I get an amen on like being done with the stop, start, stall, right? Done. And so that's why it's vital that you get certified. It's vital that you go to beacertifiedcoach.com, beacertifiedcoach.com, because we've got to get you in this millionaire code. We've got to help you see your pitfalls, your potholes, and your detours so you don't get off the road and crash. So biggest need is a sales system right now at this point in time. In other words, there's a machine that gets produced. And the question you're asking here, you're no longer asking, how do I grow? We start asking questions like, how can the team generate growth? And that probably brings up all the things: team, how to handle the team, how to hire the team, all things that we cover in the entrepreneur track of the certification. Now, thinking here is I can lead my team. Now, I want you to look at the difference. The thinking goes from I can help people and do it all the hats, to we take the hats off, and the only hat that we're wearing is I can lead my team to scale. I can lead my team to scale. Now, if you're just getting started, you're probably having the thought of like, I'm just getting started. I don't even know when I'm going to have a team. But here's the greatest news of all. the belief system, knowing what's coming. Who here, right map, if you actually get in your car and you put in the GPS where you're headed when you need directions? Put map in the chat. When you get in your car and you're going somewhere and you haven't been there before, you put in the destination, whether it's in your phone and it's connected or in the car, you're going into the GPS and you're saying to the GPS, I've not been here before. I do not want to get stuck. I want to get to my destination. I'm going to enter in the coordinates, the map, the road map, and you're going to tell me where to turn. Look at all those, like map. Like we like if we actually had to get somewhere without our GPS, we'd be like, I don't know. Well, here's the thing, lone wolves. Here's the thing, bootstrappers. Doing it on your own drives you into a ditch. So if you have the roadmap preloaded in the certification, then you just get to walk. If you're just getting started, you start walking to the growth phase. You pass the growth phase, you start moving to the time and the needs and the questions and the beliefs and the identity of that next level. And we get to support you there. So go to beacertifiedcoach.com, because the support in the community when you're growing is everything. Because you can't hear your blind spots. Otherwise, you'd already be at 7 figures. We're going to talk about those blind spots. All right, I'm going to get going. So we're talking about how the team can generate. The thinking here is I can lead my team to scale. Actions right here, we're now back in acquiring knowledge, but not knowledge how to grow the business, but knowledge on leadership. So here we're investing in leadership development, masterminds, those kind of things. The belief has gone to from I will to we will. It becomes a movement. It becomes a mission. It's growing and replicating believers in the call. Who has a call in this room that would love to enroll people to walk beside you to see that transformation happen, right? Call. If you're like, I can see how having like-minded people linked arm in arm to get my message and my mission out to the millions to really make world change. That means you have a call. And I want you to recognize that you have that call. And even if you're just getting started, I want you to see the fact that you will move up this chain to the point where you have people walking beside you in the mission and in the vision. The identity you have here is leader. The fear you need to erase is we just got to release control. Anybody, where's my controllers at? We like to control it all. That's why we've been lone wolfing. Most entrepreneurs are, by the way. And so now it's about the work of letting go of control, letting other people do it. And at this level, it's really about clear systems and processes. And then let's talk about the ultimate destination. And I'm just curious, even if you're just getting started, who here is like, I'm getting to 6 because it's impact. I'm getting to 7 figures because it's a movement, and I'm going to keep going to 8 figures because I want to create legacy. I want to create lifelong impact. I want to create generational change. I want to create that kind of movement. I want you to put 8 in the chat. Now, not everybody wants to keep going to this level, but there are a few that are destined for the place where they change the game. Wow, look at all the 8s flying in. Goodness, this is amazing. You are oh my gosh, we would be sharing coffee every day talking about these things. So this is the thing. Like, if you don't know these things, you don't know that these are going to be potholes. But if you're in the community, in the certification, and you're moving through it, and you're first learning how to coach, you're first getting transformation, right? And you're learning how to coach, that's the first thing. And you're doing coach launch formula, so you're getting your clientele up. And then we start moving through the 7-figure coach program into how do we keep this growing? The entire coaching business in a box released to you so that you never are asking that question, what do I do now? What do I need to watch out for now? So if you haven't already gotten your time on the calendar, this is really about your legacy. This is about the work you get to leave in this world that changes not just you, not just your family's dynamic, but your community and the world at large, because you have had this impact. So don't delay that kind of legacy. So you want to go to beacertifiedcoach.com right now and understand that legacy starts with your yes. Legacy starts by knowing the path, knowing the process, and having the support around you. Don't delay a legacy that is meant to happen now. So go to beacertifiedcoach.com and make sure you get on there. Even if you're on the fence about it, even if you're still in processing, I want you to get that time scheduled. So what's happening at this legacy level? This is where it gets really exciting. And it happens actually once you get in a little bit past a couple million, you start to release time. Can I get an amen for actually you doing only the things that you are great at and everything else is released? Give me an amen or a heck yes if you're like, oh, that would be amazing. And all I would do is coach and write. All I would do is coach and this. All I would do is coach and that, right? Right? And yeah, Mel's like, I can't wait for that. Eve is like, Eve's just coming back in. So let me see, like, would that be valuable for you to feel that? Heck yes, finally, right? So in this thing, our biggest need is building and scaling teams and systems. In other words, we're automating processes. Why? So that we can more deeply serve, so that we can impact thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. Now, the question I'm asking here is, can my team scale this? So it's no longer do I generate the growth, but my team is not just growing, but scaling it. The thinking here is my team can scale. I do my best, my top highest priority, and most of my time is spent in creation. Most of my time is spent in ideation. Most of my time is spent in this place of making it even better. How does that sound? Making the world even better. The actions here, we're mentoring the team. We're mentoring the team to become better. We've gone from we will to we must. And we really take on that identity of that 8-figure entrepreneur. And there are fears at this level. You're like, wait, when you get there, you have fears? Yeah. Because the fear there is, can I replicate this? Because you created a legacy, and guess what will happen? You're going to go look in the vault, and that next big idea starts to take place. And to up level from here, we get to help the team do what we do well. All right, so I want to hear what your number one aha from this Coach Millionaire Code is right now. Some of the things I have heard so far is, now I know there's a path. I know exactly what to watch out for. I know exactly what to build on. And each of these is a building block to the next. So we don't lose these items or the 6-figure items. We keep building on top of that. And so this is my next question as you're writing in the chat. What has landed most for you? What has landed most for you? Not for me, for you. What has landed most for you? Because here's the thing. What I want you to see is the roadmap is there inside the certification, and the steps are there. And we can get out of the I don't know, and I need to process, and I need to decide. Like Judy just said, she has moved to an I must. And when you get to an I must, that's an identity. That's an identity that shifts. The simplicity, Mel says, the simplicity of making offers. It can actually be simple to get to 7 figures. Isn't that great news? Isn't that incredible news? It can be easy with the roadmap. And here's what I want to challenge you with and tell you right now. I want you to really hear this. This is for anybody who's like on the fence for the certification. There's no other program certification out there that invests more into you monetizing in the first 30 days so that it's covered. Because what does our brain do? It's too much money. I'm just getting started. Well, that is your brain trying to keep you right where you are. Oh, I don't have enough time. I'm not sure if I'm ready. That I just want you to give witness to the fact that that's your brain is doing its job, and its job is to keep you right where you are. So if right where you are is on your vision, then great. But if actually growing the business to get to that legacy level, then you got to go to beacertifiedcoach.com and get a call in so that you can see how quickly you can move these past. I mean, imagine 30 days, 10 clients. Tell me in the chat if 30 days from now you were sitting there with 10 reoccurring clients at $1,000 a month. I want to know what would change for you. What would change for you if we're sitting here 30 days from now and you're like, Shannon, I did Coach Launch Formula. I'm in the certification. I went all in. I got the support when I started to back off and everybody supported me. And now I have 10 reoccurring clients and they're renewing month after month. And like, I'm already at 6 figures. What becomes possible for you? I want to hear this in the chat. I want to know what becomes possible for you. Massive freedom. Massive freedom. What else? What becomes possible for you? I want you to slow down a second. So we're going to deep dive into some things next, but what are you already thinking that once you get there, and if we're there so quickly and you're telling yourself to wait, see how your brain does that? Elizabeth is talking like financial freedom, right? Think of what you can do when you're financially free that you're not doing right now. Lillian says, retire from a boss who is upset with me. What about putting in that notice 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now, because you understand you are creating your own economy now. You're creating your own destiny now. You're creating a life by design, not by default, because you said yes to you and you said yes to becoming certified and getting all these roadmaps and all the support, right? My husband could retire, which is ironic since he's my mountain. That would be amazing. That would be fabulous. Mel says, it feels like an open door to anything because I have proven that I can do it. And that's the heart of the certification. That's why we front load that process, because once you know you can do it, everything is possible. So I want you to go to beacertifiedcoach.com. I want you to get on that schedule so that you do not delay those things, because processing more, you don't need more information. I'm the source of the information, right? So you've gotten all the information, but notice how your brain wants to tell you there's all these other things that have to fall in place. What if you bet on yourself? What if you said yes to you and the vision and the dream and you went for it and you went all the way in and those things became possible? Would you delay those things? Nah, I don't think I want those things, right? You wouldn't. So let's talk about what gets in the way. This is going to go pretty fast. I'm going to teach you something called the box and some of the things that are in there. So let me go back a second. What gets in your way? So I want to go back. What gets in your way from creating this is something called your box. So I want to talk about the box for a second. The box is everything you know that you understand. And of course, all of this applies to your coaching clients as well. They have a box as well. So I want you to picture a box around you, a little stick figure in the middle, okay? I want you to imagine a box around you, and those are all your experiences, your ideas, your beliefs, your thoughts about your worth, your thoughts about what's possible, your thoughts about money, your thoughts about putting yourself out there. All of your experience has created the walls of your box. I want that to land for a second. Everything you're thinking about, everything you're feeling, the automations that are created, the identity that comes from STEBDAR. I'm going through STEBDAR right now. The situation is neutral, thoughts, emotions, all the beliefs, all the identities are inside your box. We all have a box. Now, here's what I want you to know. What you want is outside the box. I want something that I've never had experience with, that I've never created before, but I want it. I really want to see myself get a coaching business that supports me and supports my husband and allows me to have financial freedom and get my time back. That wanting, that item is outside your box. So what gets in the way is your box. And what we do is we use what's inside the box to try to access what's outside the box. Say, aha, if that just really lit up what you've been feeling like you're hitting your head against a ceiling, trying to bump against this wall, that wall, try to do things. That same thinking that's inside your box with all the experiences, all the beliefs, all the subconscious automations that say you can't, you're not enough, you'll be embarrassed. All those things are in the box, and it's like having a backpack stuffed full of things and trying to high jump. It's outside your box. Here are some of the things that are outside your box. I call them pips. These are the main things that are inside your box that are keeping you from being able to break out of your box. So I want you to tell me which one of the pips is your kryptonite. Is it perfectionism? I got to make it perfect. I got to make it perfect, because if I put it out there and it's not perfect, I got to keep working on it, because if I'm really honest, if I put it out there and it's not perfect, someone's going to judge me, and then I won't be worthy enough. So I got to keep working on it. Make it better, make it better, make it better. Can put P right now if that's you. If this is what is chaining you to your box. Or there's our lovely imposter syndrome, right? The one that says, who do you think you are? There are smarter people than you. There's people that know more than you. There's people that are much more qualified than you. Why do you think you should do this? If that's the chain that's holding you, chaining you into your box, I want you to put the letter I. I want you to put the letter I. Okay. Or there's procrastination. Now, I want to talk about procrastination for a minute, because it shows up in a couple different ways. It's not just Netflix, okay? Procrastination, can show up in this way. I'm busy. I'm doing all the things on my to-do list. They have nothing to do with moving my vision forward. It's not learning how to coach. It's not learning how to grow my coaching business with a specific roadmap that's in the certification. It's doing my to-do list and getting things done for my kids. I'm busy doing all the things, wearing all the hats, but I feel like I'm not moving forward. That is procrastination. These are all neurochemically driven. You thought it was a defect, a default. Why am I this way? This is how your brain is trying to keep you in the box. These are neurochemicals that are firing to keep you aligned with your past, not your future. What gets in the way is your box. Whose mind is blown right now, seeing as a mirror in front of you, oh my gosh, it's not even my fault. This is my brain trying to keep me safe. I got to know how to manage this Ferrari that's on top of my head, spitting out pips at me to keep me settling down back into my past instead of stepping into my future. And the big kahuna, scarcity. If you have it, I can't. I'm scared that I'll lose it. I'm scared I'm not enough. Why am I diving into these things on a training that has to do with a coach launch accelerator? If you have some of all of them, welcome to your brain's automation. You did not choose them. It's not your fault. It happened when you were young, and you have 100% control around them. That is the neurocoaching model. That is Stebdar, mind matrix, brain priming. We're going to talk about that in a second. But here's what this is. This is belief. I believe I'm afraid, so I believe I need to be perfect. I'm afraid that I'm going to be found out, so therefore I feel like an imposter. I'm afraid to put myself out there, so I'm going to do a million other things and get them all done. And I'm afraid there won't be enough when I get there, right? All rooted in subconscious stories. So why am I talking about all these things getting in the way of what you're wanting to create? Well, guess what? They're all inside your box. They're all inside your box. And what we want to do to get to that 7 figure and then that legacy level after 7 figures is flipping that success switch to go from scarcity to abundance. This is one of the switches. When you flip it, the rest of pips literally melts away. Literally melts away because it's all rooted in subconscious stories inside your box. So I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to ask one very important question. Do you want to keep your box or not? Do you want to stay safe, comfortable, and the same with the subconscious stories that are running the show right now inside your box? Or do you want what's outside of the box? Because we're at a decision place right now. This has all been great information, probably some revelation, maybe, and some of you have taken inspired action. Some of you have gotten coaching clients in the last 3 days. But I want to ask you, do you want to stay in the box? Or do you want to shatter the walls of your box and get out? Because that's what everybody's outside the box, no more box. Look, I'm asking you this question because this is a micro choice you're going to make a lot. Do I take on the identity of the 6-figure entrepreneur coach so that I can become that? Okay, follow the millionaire code so that I can see how to do that. Get in the certification, learn how to coach the right way. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. If you don't remove this and don't learn how to remove it for your clients, the thing that's outside of the box will keep being out of reach. So that's why I want to get you in the certification. Go to beacertifiedcoach.com and learn not only for yourself, not for your clients, but for the legacy that you're meant to leave, how to go from scarcity to abundance, how to eliminate pips. Like pips is the enemy, y'all. Pips is the enemy. Like I want you to start thinking about that because you didn't create it. And it is literally running 90% of your decisions, actions, and results. So how do you build abundance is the next question. Do you want to know the answer to this? Would you like to know how you build abundance? Like a cake. I see you want to get out of the box. Let's deep dive into abundance because abundance is at the root of all the neurochemicals that fire for you, because ditching scarcity allows you to go all in and not be perfect, allows you to know that you are absolutely ready to hit the stage because your people need to hear what you have to say. Abundance puts you right on track with the things that you know you need to do and that you stop avoiding. But really the key to this is harnessing your most powerful tool. Harnessing your most powerful tool, which is your brain. Your brain is like a Ferrari sitting outside your house or whatever your favorite car. What's your favorite car right now? Like the really, like, I'm going to get that when I get to 7 figures car. Like, tell me what that is for you. Like, cars aren't important to everybody. For some of you, like, you got your car. I don't know if it's a Ferrari, if it's a BMW, maybe it's a Cadillac. I don't know what it is, but tell me, I want to know, what is it? What is your favorite car? Because I want to show you how this tool can, Aaron, you're so sweet. I know it's there. So imagine like you have a Ferrari sitting out front and you have the keys to the Ferrari or a Macan. Is it Macan? I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have to look that up. Or a baby blue retro Thunderbird, or a Mercedes GLE 450 coupe, or a Lucid Air. I love it. Or a Mercedes convertible. Now you're getting there. All right. So I want you to imagine I have those keys. In fact, I just FedExed them to you, and they're the car and the keys are right at your place right now. Bigger motorhome. Jenny, I love it. So imagine that. Like right now, you have those keys. You have you have the capacity to go out, start that dream car, feel the feeling of being in it, and drive it exactly like you want to. But for some reason, you see the keys there, but you pick up the Volkswagen keys. You know, the beaten up, old, break-in, fallen apart VW Bug, you know, the ones that barely have any parts ready anymore, very rusted. And you get in that instead, even though you have the keys to that car, that incredible car, you choose to grab the keys that are inside the box. And it doesn't go fast. And there's tons of exhaust. If you ever drove one of those, it's like your exhaust is coming in the car. And you feel like you can't keep going, and you feel like it's hard, and you feel like you can't go fast. The tool that you have to change everything you access through the NeuroCoach model. It is the power of your brain. And so I'm going to deep dive into the three steps, I believe, to start to move from scarcity to abundance. Step one is you got to identify the faulty scarcity beliefs. We got to start identifying some of the faulty scarcity beliefs. So I'm going to bring forward one thing, and I just want you to answer this in the chat. And I don't want you to think about it. Get ready to write, and I want you to write exactly what you think, nothing different. Don't edit it. Are you ready? Okay. You're going to write what first comes to your mind when I say this. Money is what? Evil. Root of all evil. Hard to make. Evil. Scary. Makes me a bad person. Wow. What else? Elusive. What else? Scarce. What else? Money is responsibility. What else? What else? What else comes up? If you've written one, write the next one that popped in. Money is useful. Yes, it is. That's it. That's one we'll keep, right? What else? Fleeting. So why am I bringing this up? Because these are the automations that you did not even choose. Like I told you the story about driving in the neighborhoods of the places I wanted to buy, and I go in to see a multi-million-dollar home, and I heard it on the backs of good people that make $200,000. The stories that were spoken over you when you were growing up in your environment of origin, family of origin, is what you believe about money. So here's the tug of war. Are you ready for it? I want to grow a coaching business, but money is elusive. And so I go to offer something for money. I think money is elusive. And so my authenticity with that offer falls flat. So first got to identify the scarcity beliefs. Then we need to remove those beliefs with the mind matrix. We talked about the mind matrix yesterday, the most powerful block removal system. You get it nowhere else. And that's why I say this is the gold standard for a coaching certification. This is the gold standard because every other coaching certification, every other well-meaning coach is telling you, tell them what you did and using a half model. Half models avail not much. And so we actually have to remove the brake, take our foot off the brake. That's the mind matrix. Now, of course, we deep dive on that in the certification. So go to beacertifiedcoach.com and get on that schedule to talk to Barbara or Alex or Patty, who have been through it and can support you in that decision. The third step to harness your most powerful tool to move from scarcity to abundance is to build a pathway. You actually have to show your brain to believe it before you will see it. So through the tool of brain priming, we actually can, if you've ever built a house or built anything with your hands, you layer it layer by layer, right? Brick by brick. And it's very similar with the brain prime. So the three keys are identify, remove, prime. Identify, remove, prime. And this allows you to harness that tool to open the keys to the beautiful, I love the motorhome, that's funny, but the beautiful, what was some of the cars? Lincoln Nautilus or the Lucid Air, the Mercedes GLE, right? And get in and operate it, because it will get you where you want it to go, right? So here's my question to you. Do your clients have a box? Do your clients have a box? Or your future clients, do they have their box? Yeah, they have their box. So the key is to help them flip their success switch on. Part of the model, the NeuroCoach model, is helping you and then helping your clients ditch the box. Because literally, if you see the box, it is keeping you from what's outside the box. It is keeping you. And the certification coach, it helps clients ditch the pips. It helps you ditch the pips. It helps your clients ditch the pips, because these pips are the pitfalls that literally stop you cold and stop them cold. So I want you to picture a switch, an on-off switch, just like you turn your lights on and off. If you're on autopilot in the box, if your client is on autopilot in the box, that switch is flipped off. So that means everything that they want is outside of the box, and there's walls keeping them from it. However, through the 3 key pieces of the neurocoaching model, through STEBDAR, through Mind Matrix, through the brain priming, Sync certified coaches can completely flip that switch on, of course, for yourself first, and then for your clients. And when that switch gets flipped, there's an automatic pathway to what it is that you want. There's no block removing it. Your foot's off the brake. And that 90% subconscious is actually working for you instead of against you. 90% of what you want is getting fired automatically without a thought, without any effort, without any glucose. In other words, your Ferrari starts working for you. Your Ferrari starts working for you. And that's how you build a network in the mind and remove the broken one, right? So what happens if you don't? Tell me in the chat. I want to stop for a second. What happens if you don't flip that switch on? Tell me in the chat. What happens if you don't flip that switch on? Yeah, Mel, self-sabotage. Absolutely. What else? What happens if you don't flip that switch on? This is going to be a really important moment. What happens? Judy, we're doomed. I love you guys so much. So if we don't flip that switch, your clients won't. Which means it'll be hard to sell your coaching, because we're expecting them to believe more than we do. Your clients won't get transformation. And you'll struggle with your worth, your confidence, and your authority, because pips will be building your walls thicker and thicker and thicker in your box. So you'll be getting some good bruises on your head trying to get to it. But what we really want to do is shatter those walls to your box. And to be honest with you, less people will be attracted to you and the business will stall out. That's real talk. I'm always going to be the one that tells you how it is and how to get there. This is what happens if you don't, and you don't know how to get your clients there. That's exactly why we're offering you the opportunity to get a seat in the NeuroCoach certification. And somebody was asking me yesterday, I'm a life coach. Like, does this work? Life coach, business coach, health coach. How your brain creates transformation is the key to your coaching business success. We talked about this yesterday. You watched yesterday. All of the details are in there. We're not going to go over all of them, but really, I just want to bring forward the 2 key things that is necessary for any coaching business to accelerate. Coach the right way so you create raving fans, and grow your coaching business fast by having a simple model to get to 7 figures and beyond. And we talked about all of the things that were included. I'm not going to go over all of them again, but I just want to bring forward all so you can see it once again. The certification, the access to the coaching program, coach lunch formula right away. Lillian, I hear you. Here's the thing. That's going to teach you the skills to get your clients, meaning you're covering the cost. That's our goal. Because once you get one, you can get two. And once you get two, you can get four. And once you get four, it's on to 6 figures and beyond. Access to the 6-figure code, the millionaire code for coaching business in a box. Literally step by step, the entire map, the pitfalls, the blind spots, the how-tos, the what-tos, the application calls, the master certified neurocoaches. Some of them are in this room. Why are they in this room? They could be doing a million other things. That shows you what our community is like. They're so for you, and they want like I want. I want to see you succeed so bad. It'll be hard to tell which one of us wants it more, me or you. Because I see the greatness that the world gets to have when you are fully certified, competent, confident, and you know how to use the tools to remove any block and to create any automation to create transformation. All of these are in the certification, and I'm just going to call you forward to beacertifiedcoach.com, beacertifiedcoach.com. And of course, we have multiple payment plans. Some of you will pay in full, and that's amazing. Some of you will do a 6 pay. That's amazing. If you need more than that, just talk to whoever you end up with on the phone, and they'll support you in that. Why? Because it's super important. It is super important that you don't delay. Right now, I am watching a great divide. Right now, I am watching an industry explode, and those that are saying yes to themselves, getting the knowledge, the competence, the confidence, and the path, and the community like that are in the certification, they are flying. They are flying. And those that are wondering if they should wait, put it off, not sure, not breaking the walls of their box, staying in the box, hoping somebody else is going to come along and make it easier. And my heart breaks because I feel like those that are freezing right now are going to get left behind. And I'm not saying that to be over dramatic. I'm saying that because it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because the world needs your coaching. Your people need your coaching, and you, your family, and your legacy needs you to say yes to you. So we're going to wrap up. We've had an amazing 3 days together. If the last 3 days has been valuable to you, if it's moved the needle for you, if you're seeing things differently, if you've had a revelation, let me know that in the chat. Judy is ready to fly. I love it, Judy. I cannot wait to welcome you into the certification. I know a lot of you are getting on the path. Lillian, I believe God will work it out. And here's what I want to leave with before we jump over to VIP. If you're still sitting on the fence, here's what I want to say to you. We tell our brain tells us, I need to process, I need to think more about, I need to make a decision, where the decision is made in the information. And so you have everything you need, and you know that the thing that you want most is outside of your box. So if you have questions, ask away so that you can get the information. But my challenge to you is to get on a call, because your life will never be the same when you have the people that are walking alongside of you that will not see anything less than your wildly profitable and successful coaching business. So go to beacertifiedcoach.com, get on a call. I love you to pieces. Now I'm going to be still doing some things here in the group. We're going to pin all 3 trainings up in the group. So just consider it like Netflix for your coaching business. I will encourage you to go back if you haven't already and just listen again. You're going to hear different things than you did the first time around. You're going to deepen your knowledge. Remember, your brain needs to believe it for you to see it. And Beth, our master certified neurocoach, is like, best program ever that I've ever done for me and my business, hands down. Do it. Your future self will thank you for it. Yeah. And that's the thing. You've got an amazing community around you, but go back in and watch it. Go back in, spend the weekend. The link is going to be good through, I believe, Tuesday. And I will be popping back in. Make sure you're checking your emails too, because I've been recording some things for you earlier this morning. And I've got some couple other ideas of things that I really see in you that I want you to be able to see in yourself. And I'm going to be sending those to you via audio. So make sure you're opening the emails. Make sure you have a time slot. Go to beacertifiedcoach.com. You'll get to talk to some of these amazing coaches that have gone through the program already, that can tell you how their businesses have exploded, that can tell you the difference that it's made. And here's the thing. I'll leave you with this. You weren't meant to be in the box. You were meant for greatness. You were meant for legacy, and you were meant to change the world. God planted in you this desire. And for such a time as this, I'm getting emotional a little bit, for such a time as this, that you take a stand, put an anchor in the ground and say, it's my time. My legacy starts now. I can't wait to see you inside the certification. Go to beacertifiedcoach.com. And until we see each other again, have an amazing week. VIP, stay on. We'll jump deeper. Bye for now.